doing now? What's your first thing out the gate? She said, right now I need to learn candidly about the why of these decisions. So sorry, she was asked, are you going to continue with the current direction? We all know Game Pass, play anywhere, et cetera, et cetera. She says, at first I need to learn candidly about the why of these decisions and what we were optimizing for and what the data says about the Xbox strategy today. That's the honest answer. I'm looking at lifetime value, not just what happened in a previous moment or in short-term efficiencies and things like that. The plan's the plan until it's not the plan. I think that's the most important statement she made out of this entire interview. And I think it's the quote that she's looking at lifetime value, not just what happened in a previous moment. Rumors are, Jordan, tell us about the World of Warcraft and Minecraft rumors that are floating around out there now as a result.
Was it Jez Gordon that floated this out there?
I don't know where it came from, but I've seen it multiple places.
Yeah. Anyway, rumor has it is to add more value to Game Pass. They're thinking about adding, or again, rumor, the $30 tier is also going to include a Warcraft subscription and a Minecraft Realm subscription, and then one more thing, and I forget what that was.
Yeah, I forget what that was.
But the Warcraft subscription alone, for me, would be like, okay, that's an
because what is it, $15 a month?
$15 for a Warcraft subscription.
And it would be bundled in. And you might say, well, they're going to lose World of Warcraft subs. Well, you're trying to get more people into Game Pass to boost its notoriety, to boost the organic pool.
And then I saw people say like, oh, that's just a typical corporate decision, because now what they'll do is at the next shareholders meeting they'll say, oh, Warcraft grew by 30 million, or Game Pass grew by 2 million because of Warcraft. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I don't care what they say at the Game Pass or the shareholders meeting. If they add stuff that values my purchase, they can say whatever they want.
I bring that in because of the lifetime value comment, and a lot of people are like the naysayers out there are saying, well, she's going to get rid of day one releases on Game Pass. It's also citable. All the mathematicians out there, all the accountants, all the corporate accountants out there in their mom's basement on Twitter all day. And it's like, no, guys, she talked about it right here. Lifetime value. Like, you don't, Game Pass is dead if you do that. That's just the honest thing, and you're starting from scratch. They're not going away from Game Pass. We see the writing on the wall. That is saying, I would argue they're not going away. Even I saw Cooper say, I hope they go away from Play Anywhere and get back to exclusives. So I think Play Anywhere and exclusives are two different things.
That they're Fallout
conflated.
First is the other subscription they're thinking about adding to it.
Oh, okay. So 76. Throw in is ESO? Throw in ESO in that.
You could. Yeah, I'd rather have the ESO subscription than the Fallout First.
Well, can I argue that this is actually going to save money for Xbox by giving these subscriptions out? Because the group that you're going to bring in to pay an extra $15 to get Ultimate or whatever are not going to play any other game.
Oh, yeah.
Because they are, they not all of them, but a lot of them.
Single game players.
They play Warcraft. That's what they play.
Well, that's why the Fortnite deal, people are like, oh, Fortnite, that's a dumb. No, it's dumb for you if you don't play it. But Fortnite is one of those games that people only play. A large portion of them only play Fortnite.
If Game Pass, if the $30 tier of game, I mean, personally, I agree with some of the people that say, hey, there should be like a $20 tier that adds day one still, like to kind of have that middle ground,
There, yeah.
But which I think is fine. I mean, more options are always better, right?
Yeah.
For the consumer anyway. Look, if they added Warcraft to the $30 subscription, that for me,
you know what's funny?
I would never get rid of Game Pass.
I was telling this to Jordan. What if so Game Pass was $20 Ultimate, it jumped to $30, caused the brouhaha. What if she moves it back to $25?
It was actually
she would be seen as
this was a
positive
5 chess D.
It was only originally supposed to go up to $25, but they're like, hey, we got this thing coming up. Why don't we do this?
Let's move it to 30. I'll take the heat. Feels like, hey, I'll take the heat.
I'm leaving anyway.
I'm leaving anyway.
Just pad that severance.
And one of your first decisions could be rolling that decision back, but to 25, which we originally were going to go to anyway.
That's a deep level play.
That kind of stuff. I know that's like a fun. That kind of stuff doesn't happen. But I will say, if she were to like lower that, that's instant. Like she gets instant good graces by everybody.
Yeah. And still add Warcraft
while adding,
because you got the Warcraft subscription, which is
you know what I would call it. You know what I would call it? I'd call it like horde pricing. I'd have a press conference with like orcs and World of Warcraft
real
characters.
real orcs.
Yeah.
Sweaty, big,
Yeah.
jacked orcs.
Yeah, dudes.
Yeah, dudes.
I had a press conference with them. I say, hey, I'm holding this press conference today because we're rolling back Game Pass prices to orc prices, and it goes to $25, and the orcs like celebrate, and then she says, do it for the horde, and then just walks off. Doesn't take any questions. What if they spend tons of money? Dude, if you're a big CEO, you would be so cool if you just spent tons of money on a 5-minute press conference, but it was like fireworks and it was like a show, dude.
Like Russ Fest from Silicon Valley.
Russ Fest. Yeah.
How much money did he spend on this video?
That video was
But if they bring those three things, like Fallout First doesn't. I mean, I've played Fallout 76 and I jump in every now and then. That doesn't super apply to me, but the Minecraft Realms, we use that a lot actually, and then Warcraft definitely would apply to me. Yeah. And think about it, that would just intrigue you guys, especially if they do that, and then maybe later down the road bring Warcraft to the console. It immediately gets everybody to like. You guys are like, okay, I'll jump in. I got a subscription anyway, you know.
Yeah. The one thing that maybe long term, if the data bears out, that I could see changing is going back. Some exclusives remaining. Maybe Halo was planned. Has Halo been announced to go multi-platform?
The new one has.
Yeah, so maybe something like that.
Campaign remade.
Maybe something like that would get called back, and you stick with like a Forza. In my mind, makes sense to go everywhere. But maybe the numbers bear out that it's working for them if it's a funnel. Because my idea has been it's always a funnel to get you to Game Pass, and if it's not, it's subsidizing Game Pass.
Well, I would.
But I don't think much is going to change about the general strategy. Like she said, lifetime value. What is that? That is adding things to Game Pass that make it more valuable, like what we've been talking about. So don't look for huge changes on that front. Mm-hmm. Look for smart decisions, smart, buttoned up, prepared communication, advertising, et cetera, moving forward. That I think is going to be her effect. And then, now how do you grow platforms? You grow platforms with partnerships. You grow platforms with technology. You grow platforms by making deals in different countries to expose your platform to those countries, by appealing to them with games that appeal to different segments of your player base and of other games player base. You take names, and kick ass. That's how you grow. And you don't be afraid to rock the boat. And that's what I like with her going in and mixing it up on Twitter. It shows, I'm here to mix it up a little bit.